Guthrie on the Today Show with her daughters, including Today Show anchor Savannah Guthrie, talking about how much she loves living in Tucson.
I like to watch the javelina eat my plants.
Now Nancy is missing, and her beloved Catalina Foothills home is a crime scene.
We saw some things at the home that were concerning to us. We believe now, after we've processed that crime scene, that we do in fact have a crime scene, that we do in fact have a crime.
The sheriff did not go into any more detail, saying it's too early in the investigation. Authorities say Nancy was last seen Saturday night. Family called 911 after she didn't show up for church, and they couldn't find her on Sunday. The Guthrie family tells investigators Nancy is sharp as a tack and lived by herself and did not wander off out of confusion, but couldn't have left on her own due to physical ailments. The sheriff is now asking the public for help gathering surveillance video after an all-out search in the Arizona desert.
We put all our air assets into this, our drone systems, our aircraft, our helicopters, heat sensors, infrared, everything we've had, we've thrown at this.
Turned up empty.
But right now, we don't see this as a search mission as much as we do a crime scene.
It's not just about looking forward, but it's also looking back.
Now experts say investigators will connect the dots using evidence at the scene, including Nancy's cell phone.
Where you have a bad actor that may be targeting this particular individual, to what extent had they perhaps been in the area, staking out the location, trying to determine when would be the most vulnerable time for this individual to commit this type of a crime?
The sheriff there said at this time it does not appear Savannah had any security issues or threats that may be related to Nancy's disappearance. He did say time is critical. Nancy needs medication within 24 hours. He says if she does not get that medication, the consequences could be deadly.
And now at 4, a church vandalized. Staff at the Holy Innocents Catholic School in Long Beach arrived to find classrooms, the chapel, and more had been ransacked. Statues were smashed, and the tabernacle also broken into.
Bishop Mark Trudeau saying he's never seen vandalism this bad in the area. Jennifer McGraw is live in Long Beach with reaction from church staff and the students. Hi, Jen.
Sam and John, good evening. Yeah, this has been really traumatizing for these children. You know, from TK to 12th grade, many of them worshiping these icons that are now gone. A moment for a rosary prayer after their chapel of worship was desecrated and destroyed.
Praying for protection for our school, and we just want them to feel safe, but it's like, this is what happens.
Holy Innocents Catholic School here in Long Beach, torn apart by vandals.
The sound equipment and that sort of thing was ripped out of the wall. Any closet that was there, everything is just pulled out. So we're like, okay, this is to be expected. The part that wasn't to be expected is in the sanctuary part. We had a large statue of Mary that was pushed down and destroyed. We had the tabernacle, the gold tabernacle that but our Lord is kept here, trying to break that open to get the hosts out of there.
School leaders finding the atrocity before Mass Monday morning, shocking the Catholic community.
To be truthful with you, it's more disbelief. You know, that why would somebody do this?
I want to know why you could do this to kids. And, you know, what kind of heart do you have to do this?
For the students, like 11th grade Catherine Cruz, it's equally as confusing and even distressing.
It's truly sad, like seeing our Blessed Mother just on the ground is really heartbreaking.
Church leaders now finding a way to explain to their students.
There's evil in the world. You know, even in the place where we're trying to do so good, there are people and spirits that, you know, just don't like that kind of things, you know. So what we're telling them is that we need to bind together, we need to stay strong, we need to pray, and we need to move forward.
And in amongst utter darkness, the students are doing just that.
Our message right now is truly prayer. They're still created by God, and so we still want to love them, even though they did a terrible thing. We still want to pray for them.
The Mother Mary statue has been with this school since it opened in 1958. They're hoping to find something equally as sacred to put into their sanctuary. There's also a GoFundMe, which we will link to this story. We're live in Long Beach. Back to you in Hollywood.
All right, Jennifer, thank you. Outrage and heartbreak among church leaders and community members as federal immigration officers chase down and arrest a man during a church event. It happened last week as volunteers at the North Hills United Methodist Church were serving food to families in need in the church parking lot. Heavily armed federal officers swarmed the lot and blocked their exits with vehicles. Church officials say the man who was arrested is a father of three who is the sole provider for his family.
Carlos Chavez was not just a vendor, was not just the taquero. He was, and it is, member of a faith community.
And understand that the law of this land protects us with certain inalienable rights. And what happened here on Thursday was a violation of those rights.
Family members say Carlos Chavez Guzman has already been deported back to Mexico. DHS releasing a statement saying in part they did not target the church and said Border Patrol conducted an immigration enforcement operation nearby that resulted in the arrest of Carlos Chavez Guzman.
The Fullerton police chief is denying accusations his officers assisted federal agents during an operation there. He released this body camera footage from last month. Someone called 911 about someone hiding in an apartment complex with a gun. When police got there, they found federal agents looking for that same suspect. The police chief insists Fullerton follows state law and does not assist in immigration enforcement.
The report that prompted our response did not come from federal agencies. It came from a resident reporting an armed individual running through her complex. Immigration status was irrelevant and was not a factor in our response. When we receive a report of an armed suspect, we will respond every time. That is a public safety issue.
The suspect was not caught that day. No word on his identity.
A Rolling Hills man has been charged with murdering his estranged wife months after deputies found her abandoned body nearly 100 miles away on a Crestline mountainside. 58-year-old Erin Papali was reported missing in November. Her body later found weeks later in the San Bernardino Mountains.
Her estranged husband was arrested and charged with her murder last month after a lengthy investigation. KTLA's Shelby Nelson is live in Crestline with the latest. Hi, Shelby.
Hi, Sam and John, and we're standing near where her body was found months later. Well, weeks ago, we also know that the estranged husband was also arrested, and we spoke to his attorney this afternoon. A mysterious death now being ruled a homicide. 58-year-old Aryan Papoli's body was recovered 75 feet down this steep embankment at Crestline Road and Highway 138 in Crestline back in November.
Initially, they determined her injuries to be consistent with a fall, but after our coroner's office reviewed her circumstances further, they decided that it was a homicide.
First, detectives couldn't determine who she was, so they put out this composite sketch. Months later, evidence would lead detectives to Papoli's estranged husband, 66-year-old Gordon Godarzi, who was arrested on January 23rd at his home in the affluent city of Rolling Hills. Detectives aren't saying what led them to Godarzi, but in this amended criminal complaint, the San Bernardino County District Attorney charged Godarzi with murder, adding special circumstances of lying in wait and murder for financial gain. Godarzi's attorney, Scott Simmons, telling KTLA, "My client looks forward to his day in court where the facts and evidence will clearly establish his innocence." Papoli's son creating this website in her memory, saying the family is devastated over the death of their mother. The statement went on to say that she lived in Newport Beach and that she spread light, love, and joy wherever she went. Papoli had a passion for creative expression. As for Godarzi, he's being held without bail at the Central Detention Center. Now, detectives have not commented on the nature of the couple's relationship. In the meantime, the estranged husband, he's going to be due back in court next Tuesday. Reporting live from Crestline, I'm Shelby Nelson, KTLA 5 News.
Shelby, thank you and welcome back. Happy to see you. Today in Los Angeles, the mayor, Karen Bass, delivered a State of the City address at the Memorial Coliseum. She says her goal is to set the tone for the year ahead. She also said she wants to share how the city will take the world stage as it prepares for the 2026 World Cup, 2027 Super Bowl, and 2028 Olympics. Typically, the State of the City comes in April, which is when Mayor Bass will give a second, more traditional address. In that, she will detail her priorities and discuss the release of the city's budget for the next fiscal year. KTLA's Sarah Welch will have much more on this and Karen Bass's remarks ahead in our next half hour.
All right, and we've got more coming up on the news at 4.
Casey Montoya has your forecast. Hi, Casey.
Hi. Well, temperatures were cooler today, but we're going to warm right back up tomorrow, and some of us will see temperatures 20 degrees above normal. How long will the heat last? We'll talk about that.